my candidate information form.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I did not get your information. Can you please send
Yeah, I just sent it on WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, no? Just let me see. There is some issue, I think, from my side.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, we can directly start here itself
Okay, sir.
uh, without any delay. Okay, so before starting, first of all, congratulations for selecting to like OFS interview.
Thank you, sir.
And okay, so let's start. Can you please give a brief introduction about yourself and your background and all?
Okay, sir. Sir, nowadays I live in Cuttack, but I was born and raised in scheduled areas of Odisha, Kandhamal and Keonjhar, notified under the fifth schedule to the Indian Constitution. After graduating in mechanical engineering and having a considerable comprehension of the theoretical aspects, I decided to explore the research domain of my discipline. And through grade 2016 exam, I got an opportunity to work and research at the Energy System Research Laboratory of IIT Gandhinagar under a imprint initiative funded project and a part-time project with Torrent Pharmaceuticals. And along with my studies and research work, I had also volunteered with the Art of Living Foundation for his service projects at the grassroots level. And very uniquely, I experienced the ground realities and rosy pictures from Gujarat's Anand to Odisha's Anandpur. And recently, for the past couple of years, I am into the preparation for the Forest and Civil Services of Odisha.
Okay, so great. You are actually have a quite impressive background. So
Thank you, sir.
engineering, then research, then now you are coming to like civil service. So
Yes,
why
sir.
do you want to join Odisha Forest Service?
Sir, actually, I have spent not nearly, more than 2 decades of my life in scheduled areas of Odisha. So, having born and raised in scheduled areas, having tribal ethos with me, I always wanted to contribute meaningfully for the most underprivileged sections of the Indian society who are relatively deprived and isolated due to geo-historical and socio-political factors. And my intention has been to do something for their economic development, social empowerment, elimination of all forms of exploitation, and for protective legislation. Research and in engineering can also help the tribal people or the most underprivileged people. But I felt that through administration of the forest service, I can better address the day-to-day life issues of the people with whom I was born and raised in. So that has been my motivation till today.
Okay. So at first, why there is a forest service? Actually, like civil service is there, you can you can work in the ground for the people. But why there is a forest service actually created by the government? Even if in Indian forest service there is that is all India service. It is coming under all India service,
Yes, sir.
forest service. So why they have actually created this department? What is the thought process behind it?
Okay, sir. Sir, initially the Forest Service started with the colonial government. They wanted to exploit the forest resources of India. So they had created a Forest Service, but after independence, it was discontinued, and from 1966, it was again started as All India Services because the government wanted to conserve forest what we limited have with India. So the primary thought process has been from forest exploitation to forest conservation. Hence, we created forest department, forest services, and a holistic management through a particular service.
Okay. So, can you give like some example of mangrove forests? Like where in which state we can found mangrove forest in India?
Okay, sir. Sir, if I say the percentage wise contribution, so West Bengal, Gujarat has the most share of the mangrove forest. Odisha has also mangrove forest, but in Odisha the mangrove forests are deteriorating at a faster manner. Like Bhitarkanika and some fringes of Baleshwar district, there are mangroves, and due to prawn farming and establishment of riverine projects, the mangroves are getting destroyed from the Vitarkanika. It is a major ecological concern, and the Eastern Bench of National Green Tribunal has issued many notices to the state government to frame a policy for the better management of the mangroves, but it has not yet been fruitful.
Okay, great. Uh, can you do you know which is the like maximum forest cover district in Odisha?
Sir, I don't know the maximum district percentage of the max. I don't know the exact data, but the district in which I was born is the Kandhamal, which has highest share that till now what I have read is equal to 68.7 percentage of the total geographical area of the district. It's
Area?
Kandhamal.
Okay. And area wise also Kandhamal or is it Kandhamal or Mayurbhanj?
Sir, I'm not sure because I have not read the data of Mayurbhanj, so I can take a guess.
Like in dense forest wise Kandhamal, but area wise you check it is I think Mayurbhanj.
Sir, I will read on that.
Yeah. And let's come back to like the forest. What type of forest generally we can see in Odisha?
So most the type of forest is deciduous forest that we are present in Odisha, and the eastern ghats eastern ghat which is present in Odisha, the forests are mostly a scrub type of forest, and they shed their leaves once in a year.
Okay. And what are the challenges actually the Odisha government is facing related to forest management, or what are the things we need to do for better management of forest in Odisha?
Okay, sir. So for the considering regarding the problems that the forest department face, one is the shortage of manpower. Second is the Odisha government is framing the policies and the schemes for the forest sector is very well actually, but the implementation is very low because there is a shortage of manpower, and those few people who are present in the forestry sector, they are not able to relate with the tribal aspirations actually. They go as their benefitor, not as a friend. Hence there is no cooperation between the tribals who reside in the forest and the planning officers of the forest department. There is lack of sync. And the third one is the fund shortage actually. So the central government should release more funds for the forestry sector. And for better management, I would say that more forestry personnels are required in the forestry sector. Second one is when we frame certain policies, we should also ensure that we have adequate manpower, or we must encourage certain NGOs to establish a link between the forest policies and the aspirations of the tribal people, because forest is a vast resource which cannot be guarded like a law and order situation. We must ensure that those people who reside in those forests, they must protect it. Like there is also certain project I would here I like to highlight that we must know this, that there is a wetland Mangala Jodi in Khordha district. Earlier, there were many birds used to visit, migratory birds, but the villages turned poachers actually. They killed the birds, but due to but after these incidents happened many times, the bird count started declining.
Okay.
So the Odisha government roped up different NGOs and the peoples who motivated those villagers, and now they turn to protectors from poachers.
Okay. So have you heard about Kampa?
Yes, sir.
What is
It's sir, it's a compensatory for forest afforestation some program.
okay, okay. So what is actually that? Any idea what they are doing in Kampa?
Sir, in Kampa project, when the government establishes any commercial project or any government project in any forest, the forest trees are fell down. So the government must compensate it through forest afforestation, and those people who suffered their livelihood and economy, the government compensates for them. This
Okay.
is what I
Okay.
can recall.
Yeah, yeah, great. And there is some amendment into 1927 Forest Act where
Hmm.
recently related to bamboo tree.
Yes,
So
sir.
have you heard anything regarding that?
Yes, sir. I think the amendment came in 2017 or 2018. I guess I don't remember the year exactly, but
Okay.
it was due to bamboo tree was removed from the forest trees, so that bamboo trees grown in private areas can be felled down without any permission.
Okay, great. So let's come to your like personal background. You are belong to like mechanical engineering. Now you are want to join forest service. So do
Yes,
you
sir.
think that your mechanical engineering knowledge will help in forest like service? If so, how you can leverage your knowledge in this forest service?
Okay, sir. Sir, the basic fact that OPSC or UPSC allows mechanical engineering paper as an optional subject in the forest service, this itself substantiates its relevance to the forest service. Now, coming to the how I can leverage my knowledge, sir, my BTech project and my research work at IIT Gandhinagar both are related to the environment sector, and it's a application of mechanical engineering and in environment sector. I will explain it very briefly, sir. In my BTech project, what I did was, sir, nowadays there is a shortage of woods in our environment. So we did the environmental waste like rice husk and the sawwood. When we cut a tree, a lot of amount of sawdust is released actually, that is used as a fuel for, or we normally discard it. So that can be used as a material. That we did actually, we mixed the rice dust with a polymer, and the new material is called as composites actually. That is a composite material. It has very less thermal conductivity. So suppose we use that material in aircraft or railways or in house building construction, so the normal room temperature will be lesser than from the outside environment. So that is a direct application of mechanical engineering in the forestry sector. So the wastage generated in the forestry can be better utilized in the material science department of mechanical engineering. Second one is the project what I did at IIT Gandhinagar was, it was based on the biofuels, which are the methanol and ethanol, which can be generated from the forestry resources and the biomass or the sugar cane and all those residues. So that biofuel will be used in submarines for the electricity generation via a fuel cell.
Yeah, great. Okay, so let's come to some environment topic like there is a human cry related to climate change and global warming and these things. And for that, actually, Paris Agreement also done
Hmm.
to reduce the temperature below 1.5 degree.
Yes, sir.
And how do you think that afforestation or like the forest management can help us to reduce it will be help us in climate
Hmm.
change or global warming control.
Yes, sir. Sir, alone forestry sector cannot solve the biggest problem of the global problem like climate change. We must include the other aspects of climate change reduction. Like we must ensure that we cut down the fossil fuels first, and when we cut down the fossil fuels, it must be supplemented with the renewable energy sources. That we are encouraging the electric vehicles, fuel cell vehicles, and other solar energy. We have also, India has also initiated the International Solar Alliance, and the it must be also compensated. At the same time, the most afforestation takes place uh, in those places where forest felling is coming down, and at the same time the government should promote through subsidies the agroforestry, social forestry, urban forestry, and all the developments which are coming must be environmental friendly. So if we cannot the for my point is the forestry sector cannot alone the reduce the effect of climate change. It must be accompanied with other plannings like renewable energy sources, reduction of fossil fuels, and other new technologies which are coming along the way.
Yeah, great. So, what are your hobbies or any like?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So my hobbies are cooking, yoga, and meditation, and bird watching. And if I am talking about the extracurricular activities or the some special achievements, I led a project at IIT Gandhinagar. It was the labor welfare and social outreach project, and I am also a state level debater and essay writer.
Great. And now coming to, can I ask some mechanical related questions, if you are
Uh,
comfortable? Like,
Sir, I'm comfortable, but I'm not sure whether I will be able to answer it comprehensively or not.
okay, so just tell me a simple like mechanical question. Uh, what is thermodynamics? Like first laws of thermodynamics.
Sir, I'm not because
Okay,
I haven't read it actually. So
okay. Have you heard about like in mechanical engineering, like strain, all these things you have
yes, sir.
read? So, for can you give one equation of what is the equation for stress?
Sir, it's the force by area.
Force by area.
Force.
Okay. Have you read about elasticity?
Yes, sir.
Elasticity, stress strain diagram. Have you read about stress strain diagram?
Sir, yes, sir. I have read it.
Okay. So there are four zone actually. Okay,
Yeah.
and elastic limit, then plastic limit, then breaking point, then fracture. Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
that elastic limit, uh, what is that elastic? Suppose I am applying a force or I am applying a stress. So if I remove the stress, whether it can come back to its original position or not.
Sir, so it can come back to its original position when we do it after a certain limit. I don't recall, I can't remember that the certain point, and beyond that point, it cannot come back to its original position.
Yeah, that is what I am telling, elastic limit. Within elastic
Elas-
limit, if you
Within
relay,
elastic,
then it will come back. Yeah.
yes, sir. After it will not come back to its original shape.
Okay. So come to some recent topic related international event um, related to the National Citizen Amendment Bill. Have you heard about that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is any idea related to this? What is this?
Sir, National Citizen. Sir, I think it's a Citizen Amendment Act
Yes,
CAA.
yes, yes. Citizen Amendment Act, not national.
So,
I'm telling about
so
CA.
it was in news and passed in 2019, December 2019, and there was a huge protest against this bill. And so this bill was regarding giving citizen status to those prosecuted minorities who were present in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Nepal, Bhutan. So the main concern was the prosecutor the government did not include Muslim community in those minorities. It include Buddhist, Parsis, Jain, Jorodians and some other two communities. And the main opposition was why the government did not include the Muslim community in those prosecuted minority section.
Okay, so I think there is some lagging from my side. Okay, and last
Okay,
question from my side. Yeah, no issue.
sir, I can't hear you.
Uh,
Sir, hello.